Come in, my student. We have much to discuss. We are close, Altair. Robert de Sable is now all that stands between us and victory. It is his mouth gives the orders. His hand pays the gold. With him dies the knowledge of the Templar treasure and any threat it might pose.
I still don't understand how a simple bit of treasure could cause so much chaos.
The Peace of Eden is temptation given form. Merely look at what it's done to Robert. Once he tasted of its power, the thing consumed him. He saw not a dangerous weapon to be destroyed, but a tool. One that would help him realize his life's ambition.
He dreamed of power then?
Yes and no. He dreamed, still dreams, like us, of peace.
But this is a man who sought to see the Holy Land consumed by war.
No, Altair. How can you not see when you're the one that opened my eyes to this?
What do you mean?
What do he and his followers want? A world in which all men are united. I do not despise his goal. I share it. But I take issue with the means. Peace is something to be learned, to be understood, to be embraced.
He would force it.
And rob us of our free will in the process.
Strange, to think of him in this way.
Never harbor hate for your victims, Altair. Such thoughts are poison, and will cloud your judgment.
Could he not be convinced, then, to end his mad quest?
I spoke to him in my way, through you. What was each killing, if not a message? But he has chosen to ignore us.
Then there's only one thing left to do.
Jerusalem is where you faced him first. It's where you'll find him now. Let this final offering lend you strength. Go, Altair. It's time to finish this.
And with that, another DNA synchronization augmented. We now have the Sacrian Blade, and we are back to rank 10, an assassin. No more to rank up. We are here. We are right where we started back in the game, but Altair being a very changed man. So, let us go to Jerusalem to finally face Robert de la Sable. Robert de Sable. De la. Of the... My bad. So we're going to make our way there now and finally face the man that really caused this entire thing. The ninth of the nine. So we're going to go to Jerusalem and end up in the Bureau. So I'll meet you there.
Safety and peace, Altair.
Upon you as well, brother.
Seems fate has a funny way with things.
So it's true then. Robert de Sable is in Jerusalem.
I've seen the knights myself.
Only misfortune follows that man. If he's here, it's because he intends ill. I won't give him the chance to act.
Do not let vengeance cloud your thoughts, brother. We both know no good can come of that.
I have not forgotten. You have nothing to fear. I do not seek revenge, but knowledge.
Truly you are not the man I once knew.
My work has taught me many things, revealed secrets to me. But there are still pieces of this puzzle I do not possess.
What do you mean?
All the men I've laid to rest have worked together, united by this man. Robert has designs upon the land. This much I know for certain. But how and why, when and where, these things remain out of reach.
Crusaders and Saracens working together?
They are none of these things, but something else. Templars.
The Templars are a part of the Crusader army.
Or so they'd like King Richard to believe. No, their only allegiance is to Robert de Sable and some mad idea that they will stop the war.
You spin a strange tale.
You have no idea, Malik. But tell me where they've been seen. I should be after him before he slips away.
3 places I can say for certain. West of here, near both a guard tower and a hospital. And to the southwest, at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. See what you can learn. I will do the same.
I'll be quick as I can.
Stay safe, my friend.
And with that, we start our interrogation. So, I've already taken the liberty to get all the viewpoints and to clear everything, so let us start. We're gonna start things right with a pickpocket. So, right there, Malik has even quoted how much Altair has changed. Altair's biggest, he wasn't his biggest, flag. I would say he was the most disappointed in Altair. Mostly because, perhaps a little bit envious. He's also very angry because of the loss of his brother. But Altair was not the same man who entered Lower Jerusalem that day. He has changed. He is wiser. He's stronger. Now, there's multiple ways to get in here, but I think I'll take the scholar way to get in. They'll help us get in. This showed the reason why Save the Citizens is ever so vital. The scholars, remembering in a previous episode when Sibrand killed a scholar, they really don't look like the assassins, hardly at all, so I really don't understand. But oh well.
Take the map I've given you and see that the guards are placed accordingly. We'll be safe enough during the procession. It's the burial that worries me. Easy for our enemies to hide amongst the crowd.
If you're so concerned, why not post your own men? Search the site yourselves.
Our presence here has caused enough chaos. I can only imagine how the people would react, seeing Crusader soldiers marching across their holy ground.
Then perhaps you should not attend at all.
He was our friend and brother, and we will honor him as he passes from this world. You insult me by suggesting otherwise.
I'll post the men. I don't want trouble either.
Then stop trying to make it and do as you've been asked.
So we learned that even though the Templar men can be despicable, they still have morals. Pickpocket memory failed. Oh, that was unexpected. Let's cut ahead till I get that right. Alright, and we're back. This time, hopefully the crazy people will not distract me. Oh god, there's one. Have to be quick. Have to be quick. Come on. And with that, we have done it. Ah. Beautifully done. This time. So let us escape and eavesdrop. But as we heard, and as I was trying to say, I find it very honorable, even though they may be very cruel, they still have respect enough for their brethren to attend their funerals, to go to these said events. They don't hate them. There's a difference between hatred. I often find that being, well, I think evil is a perception sometimes. Sometimes the acts truly are devious, and sometimes the people are only following orders. And there's a fine line between the two. There's a difference between a truly evil man and a man that's just following orders. And I believe, in most cases, they're just following orders. Yes, the man has a choice to choose to follow or not, but I believe that it's a lot more complicated than that. But let me eavesdrop and get a little bit more information.
Did you see them?
No, but I've heard the whispers. Is it true? Crusader knights in Jerusalem?
It is.
And?
Different from the others. Finely dressed and bearing expensive gifts.
We should relieve them of this burden.
They've made camp near David's citadel, close to the cemetery.
To attend a funeral?
So it seems.
Then let us visit their camp while they pay their respects.
So we learn that they are at David's citadel. Thebes planning a strike, but not my focus right now. My focus is on figuring out why Robert why do I keep saying de la? Robert de Sable, I believe la is in the Sab.
No, you don't understand.
So we need to figure out why he's there. But we have one of my personal favorite missions, an archer challenge. So let's see what is needed of us.
Altair, my friend, you must help me. Malik has tasked me with killing several archers posted in the region, so that our brothers might move around more easily. Normally, it wouldn't be a problem, but this funeral has everyone on edge. The city guard has dispatched its best men to keep the peace, and I simply don't have the skill to remove them. I'd ask 2 favors of you then. First, to kill the bowmen, and second, do not tell Malik of my failure. In exchange, I'll see what I can learn of Robert's plans.
Asking us to tell the mentor but Malik, because the Rafik of the district pretty much is the mentor of the assassins of the area. Rafik is a very high and honored position.
Get him!
I failed that. I'm surprised. Okay, well, let us quickly restart. Alright. Usually I don't fail that. I guess maybe I should wait until he turns around. Kinda was. Come on. Gonna wait a little bit. Usually I don't do so well, but apparently. There we go. And with that, he's taken care of. Not too much of an issue. This challenge isn't that difficult, but it is a lot of fun. Going to climb up here. Play a little waiting game. Now, I love the archer challenges because they, for me at least, they really require a lot of thinking and strategy. 2 out of the 4 are eliminated. So I'm going to make sure we don't get noticed.
Walk the streets of Jerusalem and not in occupation. There is no evil.
There's
in their
our
hearts.
3rd target.
And so we must seize
But
this
he's
opportunity.
looking at the wall for some reason.
Begin a dialogue. Make a
There we go.
We might find
I don't know, every time I hear that, kill him!
ever ephemeral
And like it flashes, it gets my heart racing. Ha, so he's turned around. And we've got him. 4 out of 4. All archers have been assassinated, and we are ready to go. Speak to the informant and figure out what we need to learn.
I'm forever grateful for your aid. Malik would never have forgiven me. Here's what I've learned. For a man such as myself, a direct assault on the cemetery would be impossible. There's simply too many guards. Instead, I'd look to blend in with the scholars who are sure to be in attendance. It may not be the most direct approach, but it's certainly safer.
So we learned that maybe we shouldn't just barge in, we should blend. Though information we've gotten before, still useful to have. So we have enough to go to the bureau, but you know me, I like to get all the information we can get to really add to the story and get more information. So right now I'm going to start this interrogation.
Spill the blood of those we once called friends. We have all suffered because of this. But now we are offered a chance at redemption. A chance to begin anew. Let us make peace with the Crusaders. Let us live as one.
A few coins. All I
We
ask
must
is
be
for a
strong,
few
we must be
coins.
brave,
It's,
and we must
not any
find the
money.
courage to face those we once
My
called our
family is
enemies
sick
and
and
now
dying.
instead
Could you
call
spare a
them
few
friends. The Crusaders come to Jerusalem, bringing with them an
I'm so
opportunity
hungry.
to
Send
end the
some money,
fighting,
I
to
beg of
stop
you.
the war.
No, you don't understand.
That we may
I have
stand
nothing.
as one, we must not turn them away.
Claiming for peace. A little bit different, but let's see what he really wants. Fighting up here definitely helps us from getting away from that thief.
You speak of peace, but your words are hollow.
No, I speak the truth. Why would you say other?
You're a Templar.
So I am.
Then you are also a liar and a fraud, just like your master. Where is he? What does he intend?
It's peace he seeks, I swear it. And the proof is in his actions. A Christian at a Muslim's funeral. We want an end to all of this.
Only because it serves your needs.
But this is a noble thing we want. The land will be united beneath our banner.
United through force. You'd enslave us all.
It is for the best.
No, it's not. And so long as my brothers and I breathe, you will not succeed.
Altair unbelieving of the peace offerings said by the man, said by the scribe. But for the first time, I think they actually noticed me killing someone, which is weird because we've killed a lot of men in front of guards before. They haven't done anything, so apparently that scribe was different. But we're probably just unlucky. So I'm going to jump in here, and then we're going to focus on the... I'm not sure which one's closer. We're going to focus on the assassination challenge, then we're going to do the informer rooftop challenge, and finally head back to the bureau. This assassination challenge is definitely one of the more difficult ones. These are the last time we're going to have to do any of these like side challenges, so they really up the difficulty, which is, in my opinion, much needed.
Safety and peace, Master. Have you seen all the vile Templars in town? I have been ordered to kill as many as I can before the burial of your latest victim, Majd Udin. I am sure if it were your mission, it would be done in no time. I have learned much while looking for those Templars. I will share valuable information with you when you get back.
And we now have a new mission. Get rid of the Templars roaming the streets. This is a pretty fun mission, but can also be difficult depending on if there's guards around. But there's not. There's this annoying beggar, but that's about it. So I like to just do this pretty quickly, make my way to points, and eliminate them. I find it best to stay on the ground because if you fall from a height, it does kind of alert them of your presence, mostly because of the crowd reaction to it. Alright, here's one, and he's going back here where there's no guards, and he's taken care of. So, third one is roaming streets up here, near a thief. Crazy. Who is seeing me? I don't know who's seeing me, but this Templar needs to... Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to wait a little bit, because doing it in front of those guards, not the best idea. Don't know what they're yelling at me, but
I'd leave if I were you.
the thieves are what is actually doing it. So let us wait. And he's taken care of. Took a little longer because the citizens being kind of antsy, kind of angry at us. So that was different. So let us get rid of... Not now. Definitely not now. He's kind of standing here. I usually can do this much faster, but I'm having much terrible luck here because they're just walking everywhere guards are. So come on. I like these missions, but at the same time they can be annoying. Only because at times they can walk in the wrong direction, they can just...
What is it that you want?
Alright, so the final one is over here near... Yes, not near anyone, but really, I'll tell you, not the time. And with that, we have taken care of them all. It's safe to go on the roofs again. If I can do this. Crap. Alright. That took a little bit of time just because I had terrible luck. So let's see what the informer has to tell us.
I know now why I joined our clan. Just to be in your presence is a gift from God. This is what I have learned about Robert's men. They are well prepared for battle. To fight them all at once would be unwise. Better to let them chase you for a while before striking back. But it is disrespectful for me to tell a master how he should behave in combat. Forgive me, master.
As I was mentioning, the respect for Altair coming back in strides. Even saying that being in the presence of him is a blessing of God just says a lot about Altair. I'm really happy to see Altair's character changing and getting the respect and finally understanding everything that was asked and really understanding the tenets of the creed. It just makes me very happy. So, we're going to do this final challenge. We learned not to fight sometimes, that he recommends maybe we should single a few of them out before taking them all at once. Very good advice. And he also felt bad for telling us what to do, because at his rank he shouldn't, but still helpful advice.
Good to see you, brother. I trust you're here for the funeral. Or for Robert, rather. I've kept my eyes and ears open, but I've nothing to report. Things are quiet here. Perhaps Tariq has seen or heard something you can use. He's stationed not far from here. Go to him. See what knowledge he has.
And so we need to go to another assassin, figure out the information he knows. Now, we may have been discovered, but that's not going to affect us too much. We're going to just run, be smart. And we're going to go into this rooftop garden over here. And we're safe. Gonna have to wait a little bit, but not too long. Second they pass, we can get out and make our way back. Alright. So we're almost there. Just going to need to quickly make our way. Alright, 9 seconds. Can we do it? Yes. Alright. God, we're cutting it close.
Excellent timing, Altair. I found something you'll find quite useful. Orders for Robert's guards. This map I've made will show you where he intends to station them. Put it to good use.
And with that, we now know where they're going to be stationed. We have all the information we need, so to the Bureau.
You've the scent of success about you, brother.
I've learned much about our enemy.
Share your knowledge, then. Let us see what can be done with it.
Robert and his Templars walked the city. They've come to pay their respects to Majd-ud-Din. They'll attend his funeral, which means so will I.
What is this that Templars would attend his funeral?
I have yet to divine their true intentions, though I'll have a confession in time. The citizens themselves are divided. Many call for their lives. Still others insist that they are here to parley, to make peace.
Peace?
I told you. The others I've slain have said as much to me.
That would make them our allies. And yet we killed them.
Make no mistake, we are nothing like these men. Though their goal sounds noble, the means by which they'd achieve it are not. At least, that's what Al-Mualim told me.
So what is your plan?
I'll attend the funeral and confront Robert.
The sooner the better. Fortune favor your blade, brother.
Malik, before I go, there's something I should say.
Be out with it.
I've been a fool.
Normally I'd make no argument, but what is this? What are you talking about?
All this time, I never told you I was sorry. Too damn proud. You lost your arm because of me. Lost Qadar. You had every right to be angry.
I do not accept your apology.
I understand.
No, you don't. I do not accept your apology because you are not the same man who went with me into Solomon's temple. And so you have nothing to apologize for.
Malik.
Perhaps if I had not been so envious of you, I would not have been so careless myself. I'm just as much to blame.
Don't say such things.
We are one. As we share the glory of our victories, so too should we share the pain of our defeat. In this way, we grow closer. We grow stronger.
Thank you, brother.
Rest if you need to, Altair, that you might be ready for what lies ahead.
Fast-forwarding memory to a more recent one.
That is some beautiful character development between Malik and Altair. The fact that Altair asks for forgiveness and saying he's sorry, finally apologizing for what he's done, but Malik rebuttaling, saying that it was not him, the same man who entered in Solomon's temple that day. It really shows a great bit of character development for both of them. Hell, even shows a lot of how the assassins think. How Malik thinks, how victory has, JFK says, victory has 1,000 fathers, but defeat harbors none. Just really shows a sense of maturity that the assassins have, and it really shows character development between both of them. Altair admitting he's, quote, too damn proud, and Malik admitting, maybe I was too envious of you. It shows a very good bit of maturity and really good story writing. And I really love this later section of the game. I just wish it didn't take so long to get to this part. I understand what they were trying to do, but with the game being so repetitive as it is, people usually lose interest around the 3rd or 4th mission because they're like, oh, it's just the same thing, but it's so worth the time to keep going. It really is. Just really, I don't know, it makes me sad that people don't make it all the way through. But I really am loving the character development, and really, Assassin's Creed is really underrated in the series. but it really is outshined by 2.
Turn back
But
now.
we are getting close to the funeral, where we shall finally eliminate Robert de Sable.
I beg of you. I beg of you, just
Actually, I'm going to need to think of a better strategy to get in here, because I'm pretty sure we just can't waltz in.
Be gone, pest.
So we're going to need to go to that ladder. Oh. Master Assassin, I kept saying. That was my personal bad. So we're going to need to... Alright, him taken care of. Won't cause us any issue. Alright. And let's attend the funeral.
We gather here to mourn the loss of our beloved Majd-ud-Din. Taken too soon from this world. I know you feel sorrow and pain at his passing, but you should not. For just as we are all brought forth from the womb, so too must we all one day pass from this world. It is only natural, like the rising and the setting of the sun. Take this moment to reflect on his life and give thanks for all the good he did. Know that one day you will stand with him again in paradise.
Amen.
As you know, this man was murdered. We have tried to track his killer, but it has proved difficult. These creatures cling to the shadows and run from any who would face them fairly. But not today, for it seems one stands among us. He mocks us with his presence and must be made to pay. Seize him! Bring him forward that God's justice might be done.
And we've been discovered. Following the advice of that informer, we're not going to face them head on. We're going to actually take them out one at a time, or do my best. Those archers are going to be a threat, so I'm going to try to do my best not to stay too close to the center here. As you can see, Altair are getting quite beaten up. So just going to focus on running away for a bit, handling them a little bit more, one at a time, doing my best to single them out instead of group them together. As we hear, Robert de Sable sounds a little bit more feminine than one would imagine. So I'm going to climb up here. Getting them kind of actually trapped in a way. They're just kind of looking at me. Alright, taking care of them quite easily. Trying to get to the sub. Hitting them as they try to climb up. Actually, this is working better than I thought it would. You're gonna have to wait. Just taking them out really simply, actually, just by being up here. They're kind of unsure what to do at this point. Taking them out surprisingly easily. Now it's just me and Robert. I'm actually going to get off here to actually have a better chance of fighting with the man. And with that, we're going to switch to the Hidden Blade and... oh, wait. Now, hopefully, you're going to have to actually get out of here. And now...
I would see your eyes before you die.
I sense you expected someone else.
What sorcery is this?
No sorcery. We knew you'd come. Robert needed to be sure he'd have time to get away.
So he flees.
We cannot deny your success. You have laid waste to our plans. First the treasure, then our men. Control of the Holy Land slipped away. But then he saw an opportunity to reclaim what has been stolen, to turn your victories to our advantage.
Al-Muallim still holds your treasure, and we've routed your army before. Whatever Robert plans, he'll fail again.
Ah, but it's not just Templars you'll contend with now.
Speak sense.
Robert rides for Arsa to plead his case that Saracen and Crusader unite against the Assassins.
That will never happen. They have no reason to.
Had, perhaps. But now you've given them one. 9, in fact. The bodies you've left behind, victims on both sides. You've made the Assassins an enemy in common and ensured the annihilation of your entire order. Well done.
Not 9. 8.
What do you mean?
You are not my target. I will not take your life. You're free to go, but do not follow me.
I don't need to. You're already too late.
We'll see.
Showing a little bit of Altair's honor there by not killing her, that is Maria Thorpe. The reason I'm letting us know of who she is because she's actually very important to Altair. I feel by telling you this it doesn't spoil anything because for Assassin's Creed 1 she only gets a brief mention later, and I mean very later. She ends up being Altair's wife. She went with the Templars because she believed their ways to be just, but after Altair showing that they can be kind, the Assassins, maybe she's on the wrong side. She finds him to be much more honorable than she was told, and so she eventually changes over to be an assassin. And her and Altair develop a relationship. They actually have a very legitimate relationship, and we'll see it later in the series. That's all I'm going to mention on Maria Thorpe for now. We'll see her in later games, and that's when I'll talk about her and Altair's relationship more then. So we have nothing left to do but head back to the Bureau, so I'll cut ahead to there.
It was a trap.
I had heard the funeral turned to chaos. What happened?
Robert de Sable was never here. He sent another in his stead. He was expecting me.
You must go to Al-Muallim.
There's no time. She told me where he's gone, what he plans. If I return to Masyaf, he might succeed. And then, I fear we'll be destroyed.
We have killed most of his men. He cannot hope to mount a proper attack. Wait, did you say she?
Yes, it was a woman. Strange, I know. But that's for another time. For now, we must focus on Robert. We may have thinned his ranks, but the man is clever. He goes to plead his case to Richard and Salah ad-Din, to unite them against the common enemy. Against us.
Surely you're mistaken. This makes no sense. These two men would never...
Oh, but they would. And we have ourselves to blame. The men I've killed, men on both sides of the conflict. Men important to both leaders. Robert's plan may be ambitious, but it makes sense. And it could work.
Look, brother. Things have changed. You must return to Masyaf. We cannot act without our master's permission. It could compromise the Brotherhood. I thought you had learned this.
Stop hiding behind words, Malik. You wield the creed and its tenets like some shield. He's keeping things from us. Important things. You're the one told me we could never know anything, only suspect. Well, I suspect this business with the Templars goes deeper. When I'm done with Robert, I will ride for Masyaf that we may have answers. But perhaps you could go now.
I cannot leave the city.
Then walk amongst its people. Seek out those who served the ones I slew. Learn what you can. You call yourself perceptive. Perhaps you'll see something I could not.
I don't know. I must think on this.
Do as you must, my friend. But it's time I ride for Arsuf. Every moment I delay, our enemy gets one step ahead of me.
Be careful, brother.
I will be. I promise.
And with that, we learned that a common enemy will be united in Arsuf, and that is where we will ride to in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. More importantly, I hope you had a great day. Tell me what you thought about Maria taking Robert's place in the funeral. Tell me what you think about Altair's change and Malik's change in the comments below. But with that, thank you all so much again. Bye.